Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I've prepared a very interesting video for you that I've never done on my YouTube channel before. Right now you'll be practicing your speaking and conversation skills by communicating with me virtually through the screen. I've prepared a very interesting dialogue between the two friends on the topics of reading and watching movies and TV shows. But before we begin our virtual conversation, I wanted to say a huge thank you to our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes and members across 150 countries who come together to find inspiration and take the next step in their creative journey. I love using Skillshare because it's a perfect place where you can learn a new skill. From web development and animation to productivity, freelancing, and more, you can find classes that will match your goals and interests. And their platform is perfect for lifelong learners, beginners, pros, dabblers, and masters. Classes on Skillshare include a combination of video lessons and a class project that will fit any schedule. If you become a member, you immediately get access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. I became a member on Skillshare a year ago when I decided to take a class, YouTube Success. Script, shoot, and edit with HD that helped me learn the basics of video production for YouTube. And here we are, a little over a year later, I already have 2 YouTube channels with over 150,000 subscribers in total. So if you want to make a career pivot or up-level your skills in your current role, Skillshare will become a great resource for you. What I also love about Skillshare is that it's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes, so that you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. So guys, if you're interested in trying out Skillshare, you can do it for free. The first 1,000 of you to click the link in the description will get a whole month's free trial on Skillshare, so that you can start exploring your creativity today. And now let's start practicing our English with a fun dialogue I've created. You know, a couple of days ago, I finished reading a book called The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. It's the first fiction book I've read in ages. I usually prefer to stick to nonfiction, and also when I saw the cover of the book, I assumed it would be just another cheesy love story. But let me tell you, I've never been so wrong. Yeah, that's the book. In short, it's about a woman who thinks she found the love of her life, but then one day, he just disappears. You'll have to read the book to find out. Well, not exactly. Don't you think it's too predictable? Because this book is actually good, like so many plot twists and family drama all the way through. Yeah, I just finished reading this book about this crazy famous woman. What's her face? Yep, that's her, Elizabeth Holmes. She's the founder of Theranos, a blood testing startup, but I think she was convicted of fraud like a couple of weeks ago. She wasn't until recently. Now she's facing up to 80 years in jail, but she won't be there for too long because she obviously has good lawyers. Oh yeah, I've been watching Clickbait on Netflix. It's a thriller, and again, it has a really good plot twist. Guess I like the fact that when you're watching a thriller, you're always waiting for something crazy to happen, and something crazy always does happen. So it kind of activates this reward mechanism in your brain, and then you get all this dopamine release. Aren't we all? Okay guys, I hope you liked this little dialogue we had together. I hope you found it fun, exciting, interesting, because I don't know, for me it was really fun to create this dialogue and to practice it with you. I hope you were practicing it as well. So as you can see, I try to fill up the dialogue with as many good, interesting, useful expressions as possible. And right now, Let me just explain some of them to you and give more examples. The first expression I want you to memorize is to stick to something. It means to continue doing or using a particular thing. In the dialogue, I said I usually prefer to stick to nonfiction, meaning I usually prefer to read nonfiction, right? To stick to nonfiction, to read nonfiction. Another example would be very few people can stick to a restrictive diet for long. Again, very few people can stick to a restrictive diet, right? Or we can say can follow a restrictive diet for long.
Stick with me. Learn from the guys that have been in country a while, you'll be all right.
Another expression is to ring a bell. And this is actually the expression you had to say in the dialogue. Yeah, that name rings a bell. It means that this name sounds familiar. And actually, like, this example is a very good example. I don't even have more examples here because we usually use this expression with names, right? Names, titles, just something rings a bell. Something sounds familiar. Usually this something is a name.
Doesn't ring a bell.
We use I bet when we agree with something or when we expect something to be true. In the dialogue, we had this sentence, I bet he just found a mistress for himself somewhere. But of course, here we can also use I think, right? I bet is just, more alive, just a more fun expression. I think he just found a mistress for himself somewhere. Obviously, guys, I was joking. If you read the book, you know the whole plot, and I highly recommend you read this book.
I bet you could walk all day in shoes like that and not feel a thing.
If you live for something, it means that you consider this thing to be the most enjoyable, the most important part of your life. So again, in the dialogue, we had yeah, Veronika, you live for family drama, right? So you really like it. Again, usually people use it when they're joking. Obviously, I don't live for family drama. It's just a joke. It's just an exaggeration. And it's a very cool thing about Americans, how they like to exaggerate things. And a lot of the expressions they use, they're exaggerating things, right? And this is one of the expressions. And for example, you can say, my brother lives for work. Right? He is constantly working. He regards work as the most important part of his life. He lives for work.
She lives for the drama.
The next expression I used was, what's her face? Some people might find it rude, and this expression is definitely very informal. Usually people use this expression when they don't remember the name of this person. So overall, I wouldn't really recommend you to use this expression, but I still want you to know this expression. That's why I included it in the dialogue.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go next door and try to make up with her face.
Next is a great expression, to be on a streak. To be on a streak means to spend a lot of time doing one activity. For example, she's been on a dieting streak lately. So she's been on a diet lately, right? She's been doing this one thing.
A lot of excitement. What a winning streak.
And the last expression here is, you lost me. It means that I can't understand or I cannot follow what you're saying. So in the dialogue, you were supposed to stop listening to me the moment I said the word reward, right? Because everything after that was too complicated. And the other person, again, they were joking. They might say, you lost me. I don't understand anything. For example, as one person is explaining something about math and another person just doesn't know anything about math, this other person might say, oh my God, you just lost me. I can't understand anything. I'm not following you. You lost me.
You wanted to talk to me.
You've lost me.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this practical video, and now you can talk about movies and books and your favorite TV shows all day long. Let me know in the comments if you're watching or reading something interesting, because I love reading and I'm always here to give you some great reading advice. And guys, don't forget to check out Skillshare, because it's a great platform that can help you learn a new skill and become more creative. Thank you so much for watching. Check out Skillshare and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!